What is up, you freaking cyberbullies? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Guys, I might have laid it on too thick. My beef is not with you. My beef is with a lot of beard heat brushes, right? And today we're gonna be discussing and talking about how beard heat brushes may lie to you or mislead you or whatever, you know. I'm gonna expose a bunch of stuff. I've got a bunch of heat brushes here. I'm gonna run you through problems with all of them, what you should be paying for a heat brush, and help you out, hopefully, because a lot of people are going to be buying heat brushes probably this December when it comes around Christmas time. So maybe you just mistakenly send your wife a link to this video, or whoever's getting you Christmas presents. Let's break down some of the main things you need to know about heat brushes. Number one, it comes down to a basic fact. Every heat brush that I've encountered, and I've encountered a lot, right? I got like 7 here today. Every heat brush is literally just plastic. There's one that is a little bit better build quality than the others, but they are all just plastic with a board inside and a heating element. And these heating elements are Chinese heating elements. They're all China. They're made in China. They're gonna cost like a couple bucks, $3, $4, maybe upwards towards 10, maybe for the ones that are variable heat control. Those ones tend to be more expensive. I did some looking around on like AliExpress and stuff. So if you want a variable heat brush, the supplies do cost a little more, but just a standard heat brush is going to be just a heating element that is really cheap, plastic mold, and tines, and that's pretty much it. And a board to take the input from the switches and send it to the heat unit. And like I said, I have a lot of these things. This is just like half of my collection maybe. Here's a bunch of heat brushes right here that we're gonna talk about. Let me start first with the one that I think you should buy. After using heat brushes for a long time, this is one I think you should buy, and this is the AberLite one right here. And there's only one reason why you should buy this one or the others. Number one is gonna be cost. You shouldn't spend anywhere over $40 most likely for a heat brush. If you're gonna get a rechargeable one, perhaps, maybe, but you can get them under $40 that are gonna do pretty much the same thing, right? So let's talk about heat brushes. A lot of these right here are around the $30 to $40 range. This one right here is probably the cheapest, actually. Funny. Well, no, I think there's one here that is cheaper. But this is like 29 bucks. This is from a company called AberLite. I do get a commission whenever I do the Amazon sales through Amazon affiliates for this stuff, so just keep that in mind. Yes, I am getting an Amazon commission, but it doesn't cost you any extra. It's just money out there that I can grab for free for bringing sales to Amazon. It's either I do or I don't do it. It doesn't affect you whatsoever. But this brush right here is $30, and it is not an original design brush. Almost none of these are. One of them is. It is not an original design brush. It is just one of those Chinese ones that are rebranded with a name, the AberLite company. They were very clear about that. They were very honest about that. But they sell this, from what I can see, they sell this cheaper than the other knockoffs or the other companies that are selling it. So this one is probably my recommendation. Number one is that. Number two to think about is how I talked about heat brushes, right? They're all just pretty much the same. There's not like this wide spectrum of great to horrible. They all fall in that kind of middle ground of pretty good, except for one of them, which is really bad, and I'll show you that one. But this one right here, I told you, number one, it's only 30 bucks. Number two, it has this design right here. This is the only one I've ran into with this design where, let me show you here, where the tines curl out the side here like that. See how these jut out? So that is the only like advantage this brush has over the others. And they're all, and again, this is only 30 bucks. So what these tines are gonna do is when you're running this across your skin, these tines scoop up your hair and pull them into this right here, into the heating element. Otherwise, you're just kind of rubbing it across your face, and a lot of the hairs aren't gonna be heated by the heating elements inside. This helps scoop those hairs up into the heating element so they get heated at the same time as the ones on the surface. So that is the only reason I think this one is great. Again, I do get all these brushes that I'll link below. I will get an affiliate commission from Amazon for my Amazon sales, but if you guys know me by now, I'm very honest with you guys. I'm not here to gain 100 more bucks by telling you a lie. So let's talk about the insides of these brushes, right? So this is what you're gonna see on the inside of a brush right here. It's all typically gonna be like this. You have a board, this is where the switches go, and you have a wire that runs up to your heating element, and then it heats up these tines right here. Here's another one. This one is the crucial bar or whatever. I took the back off of it. Same thing, a little board, wires, runs up to a heating element. Heating element heats these tines up. That's all it is. There's nothing special about any of these. Here's one here that looks actually very similar to the crucial bar. And I started taking it apart. Let me get the rest of it off. Here we go. Same thing, right? Little board that takes input from the switches, wires up to the heating unit, which then heats these tines. Can you tell which one's the $100 one and the $20 one? It'd be hard to tell. And I'm not trying to bash on the Kusho bar here. The guy's nice. The guy created his own actual brush, like he made his own design. That's cool. But it's all the same, right? The same plastics. Listen, plastic, 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 plastic. It's all plastic, right? The only one that has a slight build quality advantage would be this one from Aberlite as well. Although this is like 60 bucks. I feel like you can get one of these on Amazon for like 20, 30 bucks it's gonna do pretty much the same thing. Although this one probably is the coolest of the bunch right here. I mean, it looks really cool and modern, but is this worth $60? That's kind of up to you to decide. It is, on the rechargeable heat brush side, it is more like mid-range. This one right here, like these little rechargeable ones, would be like the cheapest at around 30 to 40, somewhere in there probably. I reviewed this one a while back, the CNXUS one, and it sold out super quick, but this was the one I liked a lot. It was like 25, maybe 30 bucks or something like that, and it's great. It's pretty much the same as this, except this has that kind of innovative thing where the tines curl out, which actually does come in handy, and it is a useful thing. So functionality-wise, this cheap little $29, $30 brush is better than, I think, anything here. And don't get me started on this bullshit. I'm gonna hold my thumbs down this whole, they love to steal my videos and post them online, so I'm gonna hold the thumbs down this whole time. You've seen the ad for these things right here. This crap, this just lays flat along your beard and it ain't gonna do squat except heat the very outside hairs of your beard. And as you know, there's a bunch of companies out there that will put my face, they'll steal my videos, like some Chinese company will steal my videos from YouTube of me using a whole different brush, and they'll be saying, click the link down below to try it, and they're selling this bullshit right here. So I'm keeping my thumbs down to make sure that if they try to rip this video, they're gonna get a nice thumbs down in their shit as well. So at the end of the day, you can be a little bit frugal with your money and get something that's probably better than most of these things for cheaper. Now, some of these, like I believe this one right here was like only 18 or 19 bucks, and it's still cool. It's gonna work fine. And you don't have to use my links in the description to buy your heat brush. You can literally go to Amazon and just type in heat brush, beard heat brush, men's heat brush, or whatever, and find a decent option that is gonna work for you. At the end of the day, this channel is about showing you guys cool new products and also saving you guys money. Because all it takes for me to save you money is to sit my ass on a chair and talk to a camera and put a video out on YouTube. And that's gonna save a ton of people a lot of money. And another thing to consider, you don't even need a beard heat brush. It's not a necessity, okay? It's just a luxury that if you can afford it, you could use it and it can make your life easier. But when you're shopping around for heat brushes, don't fall into some hype that you need to spend more than like 30, 40 bucks on a heat brush. The only exception I could maybe make would be for this Aberlite, the pocket right here. It is really cool and it is a premium looking feel. It is super heavy and they have a really good battery inside of here. But this one right here does almost the exact same thing, guys. You're gonna get almost the exact same results out of this. The tines are a little bit shallower on this one right here, so you're not gonna get as much surface heat on your hair as you would with this. But still, it's up to you to decide what's worth it and what's not. I just get a ton of these heat brushes, so I can afford to just crack them open and see what's inside and show you guys so you know. So guys, as usual, that is the end of the video. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Stay bearded. Bye.